Ooh, I'm telling y'all, never a boring day in this business, or either of my businesses for that matter, my real estate agent business or my notary loan signing agent business. I'm on the road. I had a 11 o'clock and I'm heading to my 3:30. I was able to get quite a bit of real estate work done between these two appointments. And then I think I have a showing tonight. It might get canceled, but I'm not sure. But heading to this signing, my 11 o'clock was interesting. Let me tell you about that. So I printed that package last night, and there was a quitclaim deed in that package. And it was a package I'm very familiar with. I saw that there was a quitclaim deed. The signer had just recently gone through a divorce, and so the deed was going to transfer ownership from her and her former husband to just her. But when I printed the package last night, and it was pretty late, I noticed that there wasn't this one specific document that typically is included in New Jersey packages when there's a deed being recorded or a transfer of ownership. The document is basically a document to file for an exemption from the realty transfer tax. And so it's a pretty important document that gets notarized and gets recorded with the deed. I saw that it wasn't there, and obviously that stuck out to me, but I didn't email the title company about it. But this morning, before I went to my appointment, I actually emailed them, and just to give them a heads up and say, hey,
in half a mile, keep right to stay on Garden State Parkway.
But this morning I emailed them just to give them a heads up, because look, I don't know if they intentionally or unintentionally left it out, but I know I always see this document in packages where there's a deed involved. And so it's my understanding that this document always gets recorded with the deed in New Jersey. And I didn't see it. So I emailed them this morning, and I left for my appointment. I get to my appointment, literally I park at the location of my appointment, and I checked my email, and sure enough, title had sent me the document. So in my email directly to me. So I called the signer, the borrower. I said, hey, there was a document that title forgot to put in your package that they just emailed to me, so I have to go print this out. So fortunately, where the signing was, there was a FedEx right around the corner. I was able to get it printed at a FedEx and make it back to the signer's house. So I ended up being about 20 minutes late, and I still got out. It was 11. I still got out of that signing before 12. Obviously, it was one signer, and she was very fast, and it went very smoothly. But another reason why you have to be good at what you do, because you'll be able to catch mistakes like this, even mistakes from the title company themselves. When you learn the documents and are familiar with these packages and what it takes to get them done, I know for sure if they had and this is the main reason why I actually emailed them. I know if I had not emailed them, or had not even known to email them, they would have come back and said, or the signing service would have said, hey, you didn't get this document signed. And then I would have had to say, no, it wasn't included in the package. And so to prevent all of that stuff, I said, let me email them and give them a heads up. And then if they decide not to send it to me, it's at least in writing that I told them that it wasn't in the package. That way, it doesn't affect me in any sort of way. I've had signings when I first started out where that document wasn't included, and they came back to me 2 months later because they needed that document signed and notarized, and I had to go back out to the signer's house. So I not only saved myself the risk of them saying I made a mistake, but I also saved them money and saved them coordinating either myself or another notary in the next however long when they go to record that deed and they don't have that document, I save them time, I save them money, essentially. So, you know, stuff like that, that's how you add value, by being able to get ahead of and navigate situations like that. It also shows that you know your stuff. And so I think, you know, that kind of stuff tends to make an impression. But that signing went very smoothly. I was in and out. I was in and out very quickly. Interestingly, that signer, she wasn't a notary, or she actually, I'm not going to tell you who she worked for, but one of her responsibilities is actually regulating which documents are included in these loan packages. And so I didn't have to do much explaining. She was like, yeah, this is my job, to make sure that certain documents are part of these packages with these lenders. So that was pretty interesting. You just never know who you're going to meet. That's why you have to be on top of your game, because if you're not, people are going to be looking at you like you a plum fool. But yeah, but that's that. Like I said, heading to my second signing. Then I have a showing tonight. Another interesting, crazy story. So I was supposed to have this annuity signing last night that I mentioned in the video I posted today, and that didn't happen. I showed up at the signer's house, and she said, I can't sign anything tonight because I just had an allergic reaction to some food I ate, and so I'm throwing up and I'm vomiting nonstop. So I'm not in any position to sign anything right now. We have to reschedule for tomorrow. So I called back to people that gave me the signing and let them know, and they said no problem, just go back today. So I'll be going back over there tonight, hopefully. Well, I spoke to her and she said she's doing a whole lot better. But just crazy things that happen. Life happens to people when you're doing this business. It's just crazy. But yeah, so I have a showing, and then I have that signing, which again is only like 10 pages. I should be in and out very quickly. So yeah, so far it's been a pretty productive week. My numbers in terms of how I'm trending are not looking as good as last month, but that is quite intentional, because last month was a lot, and like I said in the video I posted where I recapped it, a lot of things I was working on kind of fell through the cracks, and I didn't want that to happen again this month. So I kind of scaled back a little bit this month, and obviously that impacts my numbers, but I'm okay with that, because I'm, you know, like I said, and I've said in many of these videos, you know, I want to get to a volume and a number of signings where I can, you know, meet a certain goal, and you know, that's that. It's like I want to pace myself, because again, my primary business is my real estate agent business. So that requires a lot of my attention. You know, what's funny is that, like I said, I don't really talk a lot about my real estate business on this channel yet. But that side of my life is crazier with how crazy this market is right now, and multiple offers, and just all the craziness of people buying and selling homes right now. It's insane. And so I at least have a couple stories every day of stuff that's happening there. But it's insane. Like most of my week I spend, in terms of my real estate business, preparing for the weekend. And I do quite a few showings during the week, especially at nights.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Center.
I do quite a few showings during the week, but I really do a lot on the weekends. So I spend a lot of my week nurturing my relationships and building relationships, and then preparing to show properties on the weekends, because that's obviously when most people have the most amount of time. So on a Saturday, I'll typically show like anywhere from 5 to 8 houses on a Saturday. So, and then maybe even a couple on Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. So, yeah, and I obviously, I show on Instagram. If you follow me there, you'll see some of my stories where I post about, post me walking through properties or just different things I'll post about on Instagram. So follow me there, because I post mostly about real estate stuff there. So you'll be able to see some of that. But yeah, I just arrived at my 3:30. I'm 9 minutes early, and I think I'm gonna just hang out for a couple minutes before I go in there. But yeah, and then like I said, I have a couple things to do tonight, and that's about it. So guess I'll holler at you guys later.